Welcome to Site-to-Site Transfers. We'll be approaching the subject matter from the site view of the application. Based on that, both site administrators and site users can initiate a site-to-site transfer. The only limitation may come if your district chooses to limit permissions in this area. We'll be showing you how to initiate a site-to-site transfer, which is basically giving you the opportunity to move tags from one site to another. Once we've created that transfer, we'll show you the different statuses that the transfer goes through. We'll also be showing you the digital signature, which your district may be putting into place. And last of all, we'll show you how to receive a site-to-site transfer. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started. To begin the process, you'll want to locate Initiate Transfer in your Quick Links area and click to select. Selecting will bring us into the Initiate Transfer window. Notice in the left of the screen the header Create a New Transfer and Destination. Our first step is to choose the destination site from the drop-down menu. Once we've chosen the site, we'll go ahead and click on the Create New Transfer icon. Clicking the icon brings us in and shows us the transfer number along with the type of transfer, which is site to site, the status of new, and the destination site will populate. Notice on the right that the Submit Transfer icon is grayed out because there is not a tag in the transfer yet. As soon as one or more tags are in the transfer, this icon will highlight. We can also delete the transfer if we so choose at this time. I'll come back and pull the transfer ticket for you before we leave this particular window. Next, we'll go ahead and scan a tag into the transfer. Note that the tag populates beneath the blue grid header, indicating the tag number, the product it's assigned to, its previous status, and we have the opportunity to remove the tag from the transfer if we so choose. At the bottom, we have transfer notes. If I click to expand this area, we can leave a note. When the note is completed, we save. I want to show you what happens now when we enter a restricted tag into a transfer. Note the warning sign that says the funding source of this tag is restricted and will require approval. We also lost the ability to submit the transfer, and that is because until this particular tag has been approved, we will not be able to move forward. Because of that, I'm going to go ahead and remove the tag from our transfer by clicking the Remove Tag icon and selecting OK. Now you can see we have our Submit Transfer icon again. We could still delete the transfer if we so choose, and we could pull a ticket. We're going to go ahead and submit the transfer, and I want you to watch the status move from New to Submitted. Now our transfer is in a status of Submitted. We still have access to edit our notes if we so choose, and we can still view the tags in the transfer. Next, we'll go ahead and put the transfer in transit. Once we do that, our portion of the site-to-site transfer is completed. If your district has instigated a digital signature, you'll see this window come up on your screen. I'm going to go ahead and sign. I can decline the signature, which will take me out of this window. I can clear the signature, which allows me to start over, or I can accept the signature. When I've accepted the signature, then I'll go ahead and enter my name and complete the signature process. Now I want to go ahead and show you the print transfer ticket. When the ticket opens, we have the transfer number along with various information, including the notes that we entered, the tags in the transfer, and the digital signature. Now that we've completed the transfer process for the originating site, I'm going to be logging out and coming back into the destination site so that we can continue the site-to-site transfer process. I'm going to go ahead and log off of Wright Elementary and come in as a site administrator at Bush. Now we're logged in to the destination site. There's two ways to access the transfer. We can either choose Receive Transfer from the Quick Links area, or we can set up a notifications panel that will give us a notice when a transfer is ready to be received. If this panel is not already set up on your site, you can do so by choosing the Panel Settings icon, selecting Notifications from the drop-down menu, and saving. I'm going to go ahead and enter the transfer by clicking on Transfers Ready to be Received, which brings us into the window that shows us the transfer that we created. The date it was created, the origin site, and the status. To enter into the transfer, we'll click on the View Transfer icon. Because a digital signature was in place by our district administrators, we'll need to sign this transfer before we can move forward with the receiving process. If the digital signature was not in place, we would be able to move forward without signing. Now that we've signed the document, we can see the rest of the information dealing with this particular transfer: the site to site, the status of receiving, and the origin site of Wright Elementary School. Next, we need to choose the room that we want to place the tag in by selecting it from the drop-down menu. We can use the previous status of the tag, or we can choose a status from the menu. And lastly, we need to scan the tag into the transfer. Note beneath the blue grid header that it will list each tag expected to be in the transfer. And at this point, it says 0 of 1. Once we scan the tag, it will complete. We can also click on the Actions icon if we so choose to reveal the tag. Now I'm going to go ahead and scan the tag. Scanning the tag completes the transfer. We'll go ahead and take one more look at the ticket. Note the signature for the originating site and the destination site, along with various other information about this particular transfer. When we're done viewing the transfer, we'll go ahead and click Done, and then we'll close out the window. In the future, if you would like to continue to see this particular transfer, you can come to the transfer history area and click. Clicking opens up the transfer history, where we can see the transfer that we just completed, and we can pull the report again, which would reveal both digital signatures. This concludes our session on site-to-site transfers. We want to thank you for watching, and remember you have unlimited support. Please find additional materials and videos on our Support Center.